Yes, it is Oscar time. I tell you what, Hollywood is a buzz, and I'm all up in it. It is like the holidays around here, and what people are also talking about is diversity in Hollywood, and maybe the lack thereof, particularly in this year's nominations. I was just at the Essence Black Women of Hollywood celebration. It is an annual event. Who was there? Oprah Winfrey was there. It was just an amazing event, and some of the most powerful women in Hollywood, many of whom spoke with me for this show today to talk about this whole diversity issue. You're going to hear from Garcelle Beauvais. You're going to hear from Lorraine Toussaint. You're going to hear from Cheryl Lee Ralph and Holly Robinson Peete, and from Shonda Rhimes herself. Women are all abuzz, and at the Essence luncheon, which was just magnificent, held in Beverly Hills, like I said, the talk was about diversity in Hollywood. I spoke with actress Cheryl Lee Ralph about the issue. We're here in a year where we are lacking in diversity, people are talking about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what's wonderful about this? It's right in our face now. There is no way that we cannot look at it and call it for what it is. And now, finally, I think people about, wait a minute. You know, what everybody's been saying is the truth. It's sort of like those police officers in St. Louis who were caught when they said, the cameras are running, so you might want to stop that and pick up when they're off. Right. We want people to get over that. I want us to fight just as much to get more better images on. It's going to take us to level that playing field. It's going to take us.
A little later, we're going to hear from actresses Garcelle Beauvais, Lorraine Toussaint, Holly Robinson Peete, and we will also hear from Shonda Rhimes. We'll be right back with this Hollywood edition of Sundays with Rolonda right after this.
Hooray for Hollywood, that's gooey bally-hooly Hollywood, where any office boy or young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking plan.
Bold Radio, it's Rolonda.
Look, I could fry air and eat it, okay? I could eat me a fried sandwich. Anytime you squeezing bread over the stove to make you a sandwich, you know that's a bad eating habit. And I wouldn't get up and eat breakfast because I was too full from the night before, laying my fat self down, wondering how come I'm having nightmares of people chasing me. And people don't realize this. When you eat late at night,
you have nightmares.
You have nightmares.
There's more Rolonda next. Talk, listen, connect.
You're listening to Sundays with Rolonda.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Bold Radio, it's Rolonda.
Before you make a commitment to live together, to get married, this sex thing about waiting for, on the third date, it's mandatory almost.
With dinner.
That's right, exactly. So my take on that is you become sexual when you want to complicate the relationship.
Oh!
There's more Rolonda next. Talk, listen, connect.
And I'm Rolonda Watts. Thank you so much for listening.
Ça va? Ça va très bien. Oh my God, you look amazing. Je suis une bonne histoire pour tout. Oh, okay. Ah oui.
The two beautiful ladies speaking all of that French, Cheryl Lee Ralph and Garcelle Beauvais of NBC's Grimm. Show, you're making this radio we want to watch, I tell you. How are you feeling about this year in Hollywood? What are you thinking? What brings you here?
I think we are doing great. I think we have so many hit shows that are being led by us, which is fantastic. I think there's still room for improvement in terms of the Oscars, but I think in television and greenlighting and producing and directing, I think we're on point, and we need to be allowed to do more.
What about in film? You feel the same thing?
I feel in film we're getting there. I feel like we're getting there. I still think there's improvement, but I think we're doing great. I mean, Selma is such a beautiful film. We need more of that. You look amazing.
You look amazing. We also saw Lorraine Toussaint on Orange is the New Black, and she was there at the Essence luncheon as well, being honored.
We're moving forward, girl. Slow steps, one at a time, but we are moving forward. We do have black women that are leading shows on television at this point. We've got 2 of them in major networks, which is not to be sneezed at. And so we're here to celebrate the progress and still support the work that has to be done.
Absolutely. Holly Robinson Peete has been in showbiz for a very long time, and she herself has made some observations.
Lots of ceilings have been burst through. However, when I look up and I see it, we're 40-something years later, I feel like we still have a huge void. And it starts with the green lighters in this town. If we don't have people in position of green lighting that will value the contributions of African American women and African American men, really nothing happens from there.
What else can we do?
Create our own. You know, the good news is that on a very smaller scale, we can create our own content, and it doesn't get seen by as many. But we have a few key players, and unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because we're blessed to have people in positions. We have people in positions of power that have got to use their power more wisely.
Someone we've admired all across the board, from Scandal to How to Get Away with Murder, is Shonda Rhimes, who is using her power profusely. And those ratings are showing that it's working. Shonda has basically changed the entire paradigm and certainly the landscape of television.
And I feel like something you do it anyway. I'm not afraid to do this. It feels like if we're not doing it, who should be doing it?
An envy shop girl can be a top girl.
Bold Radio, it's Rolonda.
You probably know this man, Rodney Van Johnson.
Thank you for having me.
Joey.
I just wanted to say that Ro looks amazing.
I do?
Oh.
Yes, you do.
Ooh,
I
I think
do.
you should have some type of virtual thing going on out here. You need to. You're too fine to be behind this microphone without us seeing you.
Oh, really?
Really?
There's more Rolonda next. Talk, listen, connect.
And I just want to say thank you so much for letting me be a part of your day. I hope you'll go enjoy some more of my podcast over on iTunes, or just go to RolondaOnDemand.com and check out a plethora of other wonderfully entertaining podcasts for you. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Rolonda Watts, and you can also follow me on Facebook at Rolonda Fan Page, also LinkedIn, and the Rolonda Watts channel on YouTube, where you'll catch a lot of my original 1994 to 1996 talk shows when we dealt with the real O.J. Simpson trial. There's some good stuff going up over there, so please check it out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and be sure to get your pre-copy of Destiny Lingers, my new romance novel that'll be out March 16th on store shelves, but you can go on to Barnes & Noble, Kindle, and let's see, what's the other one? Amazon, and get your own copy right now. Please follow me on my new website also at Rolonda.com. That's ROLONDA. Thanks so much for joining me, and have a good time on Oscar night.